What's going on, guys? My name is Leo Sabarino. I'm an actor, director, producer, create my own content, and today we're going to talk about how to get started in the acting industry. So the first thing you want to think about before you even get started in the acting industry is, why are you becoming an actor? Why do you want to be an actor, right? Is it for the money? Because if it is for the money, I can tell you right now that you're not going to go that far with acting. Just because in the beginning there's maybe a 5% chance that you'll get lucky and get a big role from the beginning. That other 95% of the chance, you're either working for free, you're working for bare minimum, and you're doing background. Not a lot of money goes in it. That's why you hear that there's a lot of actors that is unemployed and are struggling. So let's be smart about it. If it's about money, then please don't even go any further with it. Or are you doing this because you are an artist? And just like myself, I was always the family clown. Every single time I go to family party, I always like putting a smile on my family's face. So I would always act a fool, always reenact stuff, always pretend, and always imagine. That's how I became the actor that I am today. Alright, so if you are an upcoming actor, the first thing I really want to warn you guys is, one, never to rush it. Take your sweet time with this. Don't go out there trying to look for an agent or manager without having that experience, right? And what I mean about that is that there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of agencies that want to charge you an upfront fee. Never, ever sign up with anybody that's trying to take money out of your pocket before they can even get you your first gig. Those are all scams. Me personally, I got scammed for $4,000. It was in a bad time of my life where I was having my child, and yeah, those $4,000 could have went to or towards my little baby. Unfortunately, I did get scammed, and I did grow, and I did learn from this. So please, if you are rushing it, please don't rush it. Take your sweet time and do not pay for anything up front. Alright, so now I'm going to tell you a little story of how I ended up getting into the acting industry. Me personally, I was always a procrastinator. I used to live in Providence, Rhode Island, and I used to always tell my friends, hey, let's get together to shoot something. Unfortunately, I was too busy, or I was always making up an excuse. Never ended up doing what I said I was going to do. So I was a procrastinator. Friends of mine did not believe that I wanted to do anything, so they couldn't trust me. And obviously, I don't blame them. I was a procrastinator. But sometimes you have to do something crazy, right? Everybody that makes it in the industry, they all have stories, and you're going to have your story one day. But these stories actually create who you are. I had to leave Providence, Rhode Island, come to New Jersey in order for me to actually take that first step. And as soon as I arrived here, I met the love of my life, which is now my manager, Arcos Management. With her on my side, she started sending me to audition and writing all my emails so that I can get booked for background. That's how we all start. And I ended up doing films with Miles Teller on Bleed for This, Jamie Foxx, Sleepless, which is on Netflix now, I, Tonya with Margaret Robbie, Younger with Hilary Duff, Orange is the New Black, and so forth. See, if it wasn't for my manager / girlfriend at the time, I would have never been able to move forward with my acting career. So what I'm trying to say is that you do need a team, and you cannot be competitive how we used to be. Try to find yourself a great team that can help you push forward, and surround yourself with like-minded individuals that's only going to make you want to get better. That's another advice that I can give you. Now you're probably asking, how can I surround myself? How can I find those type of people? Well, now with social media, it's much easier than it was before. And I'm talking about, I would say 10 years ago. 10 years ago, social media wasn't as high saturated as it is today. So one way that you can definitely do that is by, one, definitely going on Facebook and looking for filmmaking around your state, your area, community, right? Start plugging yourself in there, requesting as many friends as you can, and see if you can actually link up with them and help them create a project. That's one. Two, Instagram. Start looking for individuals that you know that are actors or even content creators. They're all creators, and start trying to plug yourself in with those people. There's a website like Backstage where you can actually start by doing background work, or if you're going to start being in production, such as DP, director, writer, producer, etc., PA, then you can put your skills up there and see if anybody would hire you. Most of the time, what I would recommend is to do it for free, just so you can build a network. Networking is one of the most powerful tools, and it doesn't matter in what industry you're going to. You have to know somebody in order to make it or move forward. So network as much as you can in the beginning of your career, and even until the end, you will want to network, okay? Create your own content and start shooting it, even if it's with your own phone. The more you promote your content, the more you keep shooting your content, the more people will start discovering you. I can tell you one of the best experience that I had on set. So one of my best experience that I had on set was with Sleepless, Jamie Foxx. I went to Atlanta for 3 days and I started off as a background. I was supposed to be a busboy. When we get to the location of holding, we ended up grabbing our paperwork, sitting down and holding. Obviously you have to fill out all your information, and then there's a holding for background, and then there's a holding for the feature, supporting role, etc., crew and cast, the director, all that. And I remember walking into set. They called us up after a couple hours. Yes, it's always long hours when you're working, by the way, on set, especially as background, always long hours, so be prepared for that. And they called us onto set. And when they called us onto set, we all were getting in our area. They put me in front of a sink, and then we had to wait. Then I start hearing a lot of people like mumbling and kind of getting excited. I end up turning around and I see that Jamie Foxx is actually talking with everybody. Jamie Foxx comes towards us and he starts, introducing himself to all of the background extras, and I stayed in my station and I stayed in character. In my mind I was thinking, yes, Jamie Foxx is amazing and he's a celebrity and he made it. Well, shout out to him, and I want to be where he was at. So I stayed focused, I stayed hungry, and I stayed there trying to practice my part. All of a sudden I see that Jamie Foxx walks behind me and he ends up touching me on the shoulder. I look back, I obviously say what's up, and he ends up telling everybody, like, you see this gentleman here, he's gonna make it, because he, instead of coming up to me to say what's up and all that good stuff, he stayed in position. He stayed trying to act his part. This is how you know that you're gonna make it. And so that was one of the best times in my life. He ended up like making fun of everybody. And then once they called us out, Jamie Foxx called me and told me to sit with him for the next 3 days around his area where all of his people were at and help him translate a song into Spanish. It turns out that he likes writing his own songs for every film. And so for this one, he was doing a Spanish song. It was actually pretty awesome. I had the best 3 days of my life. And yeah, it's a set I'll never forget. So with that being said, guys, it's hard work, but always remember that this is what you want to do, and always remember where you want to be in the next 10 to 20 years. You want to be wherever they are. So stay focused, stay hungry, and work hard. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video today, and hopefully it put your mind on perspective on what we're gonna do and how you're gonna start moving forward. This is not an easy journey. I'm gonna say that from the beginning. It is gonna be a hard journey, but I believe that if you believe in yourself, you'll be able to make it just like myself. Let's work hard, let's dedicate ourselves, let's motivate one another, and let's move forward. So make sure you go to the website, witnessentertainment.net. We have some dope merches there. I'm talking about sneakers too. And also that's where I have all my films and short films that you can actually see that has been awarded and selected in multiple film festivals. And then don't forget to go and subscribe on the YouTube, Instagram, because this is just the beginning. So I hope to see you real soon on the top. God bless you, and thank you guys for tuning in.